Hi boys and girls, we're back again. Okay, so now we're going to work on Module 4, Lesson 8. So what I want to tell you that it's a very much alike Lesson 7. The only thing is we're going to add something in. So here's what the learning goal says. I can compare quantity, so a quantity is how much you have of something, and numerals from left to right. So what does that mean? Well, it's actually like when we do reading. So when we read a sentence, we always start from the left and go right. Look, I can see a cat. We don't go backwards because look, cat A, C, can I. Does that make any sense? No. So when we read, we always go left to right. So that's what they want you to do when you're reading numbers, when you're comparing. So let's put an example on the board. So if you saw this, okay, you would have to put your little symbol. So remember we said that the big open mouth always wants the big number. And so I would put it here because 3 tens, 2 tens. Already I know this one's more because 3 tens, 10, 20, 30 is more than 2 tens, 10, 20. So I'm going to put my big mouth this way because he wants to eat a lot. So now here's the extra step we're going to add in. You need to add in the correct phrase. So you're going to read this like a sentence from left to right. So it's going to say 38 blank 22. 38 is greater than 22. 38 is less than 22. 38 is equal to 22. So look, you're still going to put your symbol. So you're saying here that 38 is greater. So you would, I'm not going to circle it now, but you would circle it and you would just write 38 is greater than 22. So this is the extra step that we're going to add in, okay? If you saw this, so you know what, we haven't used any single digits yet. Let's use single digit. 4 is blank, then 9. So so you should be saying, oh my God, that's so easy, because here's 4 ones. There's not even a 2-digit. Here's 9. Can you see which one has more? That's why you want to use your little 10s and 1 strips if you need it. So the big open mouth is going to want to eat more. So if this was candy, do you think he would want to eat 4 or eat 9? And I know you're saying eat 9, right? So we want the big open mouth to face that way. And you don't have to put the teeth. I know some kids like to. So now when we read this, we're going to say 4 is less than 9, because you've got to start from your left. 4 is less than 9, okay? Because it is. The pointy part points to the smaller number, all right? So then let's just do one more, okay? So if you had this, if you had 44 and 44. So I'm going to show you with a quick 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you notice? They both have 4 tens. They both have 4 ones. So the sign that we're going to use is an equal sign. And when we write it, so because this is what you're going to have to do, 44 is equal to 44, okay? And that's pretty much part of the lesson. So now let's move over to the table, and I'm going to switch places with Mrs. Souza. Don't let me touch anything. So in the last video, turn around, Mrs. Souza. Look at her nice shirt. I love that shirt. It says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Isn't that beautiful? And that's Mrs. Souza. She's so kind. Okay, so now she's going to show two numbers. So we're just going to do one of each as an extra practice. Okay? So she's showing a 14 and a 19. So I noticed that the 10s are the same. So just like alphabetical order, we got to move to the next number. So let's put those down. So Mrs. Souza, can you put the 10s down first on each one to show them that they're the same? So 14 has one 10 and 19 also has one 10. So that is not helpful, is it? So now she's going to put the ones, okay? So 14 is one set of 10 and 4 ones, okay? And 19 is one set of 10 and 9 ones. So I bet some of you are already saying, I don't even need to do that. I already know which one is bigger. So look, like alphabetical order, if the first one is the same, look, they both have a 1, we move to the ones. So turn and tell whoever you're watching this with, what sign are you going to use? Which way are you going to put it? So now I'm going to ask Mrs. Souza to put the sign down, the symbol, and look, I'm hoping that you were thinking that because, and now remember, we're going to read that from left to right. 14 is less than 19. So she's going to put the words right underneath because that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put the sign and put the words. 14 is less than 19. So let's try another one, okay? So she's going to show you two numbers. So she's showing a 36 and a 35. So once again, look how they both have the same number of 10s. So now she's going to make it. And maybe you're saying, nope, I don't have to make it because I already know. But let's do it anyway. So here's her 3 10s, 10, 20, 30. Okay.
Get those out of the way.
Okay. And she's going to put her 3 1s. So see how that's not helpful because look, 3 10s and 3 10s, they're the same. The ones are what's going to tell us. So she's going to put her 6 1s for 36. So these numbers are very close, which can be really tricky. We did that on purpose. We did that on purpose. There's your 36. And now she's going to put 35. We'll get rid of those extra ones. So now look, so close, but yet I see that 36 has one extra 1 than 35. So turn and tell which way you're going to put first of all, which sign you're going to use. You're going to use the equal sign or you're going to use the greater less than. And tell where the big mouth is going to go. So Mrs. Souza's going to put it now. And she put it toward the 36 because it has one more than 35. Even though it's only one more, it's still more. And now we're going to add our words. So remember, can you point after you put it down as I read it? So ready? 36 is greater than 35. So see how she started from the left? And we're just going to do one more, just to make sure. And then the next part of your lesson is going to be a little different. So hang on. Hang on if you're thinking, why do I have to see this? I already know it. So look at the two numbers. Oh, 40 and 40. You should already be saying something about that. You should already be telling whoever's with you, oh, I know what I'm going to put. So look, notice Mrs. Souza's taking away all the ones because 0 means no ones. It's just 10s. So 40 is 4 sets of 10 and 40 is 4 sets of 10. So now look, what do you notice? Are you saying they're the same? And what sign means that they're the same? Yep, the equal sign. So when we read it, and write it. So you're going to put your sign, and then, and so let's read it. We start from the left. 40 is equal to 40. Got it? Okay, so now we're going to leave that and we're going to switch places. Well, actually, you know what, Mrs. No, okay, we'll switch places. Okay, so the next part of your lesson is they're going to give you some numbers and they're going to want you to put them in the right counting order. Sometimes it's going to say greatest to least, which means biggest to smallest, or it's going to say least to greatest. So let me just write. So let's do the first one here. So let's do a greatest to least, because you're going to have both of those on your paper. Greatest to least. So I'm going to put 4 numbers down here, okay? Okay, so can you see these 4 numbers? 22, 5, 34, and 10. So when you look at 4 numbers, you start from your 10. So look, I see 2 10s. I see no 10s. I see 3 10s. I see 1 10. Which of those numbers is the greatest number? So I'm hoping that you're saying 34, because that's 3 10s and 4 1s. So, and if you need to use, I'm going to do quick draws, 3 10s and 4 1s. So now, what would be, now we're going to get smaller. So now we want to go a little smaller. So let's just look at these 3. 22, 2, so let me even draw it. Here's 22, here's 5, it doesn't even have a 10, and here's 10. So which one do you think is the next greatest? So I'm hoping you're saying 22, because 2 10s, no 10s, 1 10, so we can actually leave that right there. So now, well, let me put this back, 4, 5. Which one do you think is greater, 5 or 10? So I'm hoping you're saying 10, because that's, remember, a 10 equals 10 1s. Remember that? And this is only 5 1s. So now look, let's switch these. Okay, so, and I'm sorry, I know it's gonna be a little messy. So see, so we went from 3 10s to 2 10s, to 1 10, to no 10s, okay? So that was kind of easy. We went from the biggest number right down to the smallest. Greatest to least, which means biggest to smallest, okay? So let's try the other kind now. So suppose they said, which they are going to say, so let me just erase these, okay? Okay. I'm going to take this away because I don't want you to get confused, okay? So now, what if they say, arrange these numbers from the least to the greatest? So what does that mean? That means that this time we're going to start with the smallest number, or the lowest number, and we're going to go to the biggest number. So let me put 4, let's put 4 cards down, okay? So ready? 38, 21, 33, and 11. So this time they're going to want us to put it from smallest to biggest. So some of you might just be able to put them right in order without having to do anything. For those who are not sure, use your little 10 strips. So I'm just going to draw. So here's my 38. Here's my 21. Here's my 33. Here's my 11. So here's the first thing I notice. I noticed that 2 of these numbers have 2 10s. So, have 3 10s. One has 2 10s and one has 1 10. They want us to start from the smallest. So we look at our 10s first. 3, 2, 3, 1. Which one is the smallest? So I'm hoping you're saying 11. So we're going to put that first. That's going to be first. Let me just move these down, okay? Okay, and I'm going to have to fix these up. So let's put our 30, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 21, 10, 21, and our 33. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. So we're going to leave that one there because we know that's our 1 10 and 1 1. So now look, 3 10s, 2 10s, 3 10s. So which one is smaller? 3 10s is 30, 2 10s is 20. So I'm hoping you're saying 21. I hope you're saying that because that one only has 2 10s. The other two have 3 10s. So now it's going to get a little tricky here, right? I'm drawing it out for you. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So now this would be like alphabetical order. This would be like 2 words starting with the same letter. So what do? Well, that's not helpful. We move to the next number. So look, 38 is 3 10s and 8 1s. 33 is 3 10s and 3 1s. Which one is smaller? So I'm hoping you're saying it's 33 because look, they both have 3 10s, but this one only has 3 1s. Look, this one has 8. So I'm going to move this over here. And I just want you to have a visual. So now look, now we have these in order from the least smallest to the greatest, the biggest. 11, only 1 10. 21, 2 10s. 33, 3 10s and 3 1s. 38, 3 10s and 8 1s. So do you see that, boys and girls? Okay. So once again, you can even do quick draws on your paper like I did, or you can use these little 10s and 1 strips. So now I'm going to get the papers that go with this lesson, okay? You see right there, Mrs. Susan. Okay, so once again, you're going to be looking for lesson 8. So, so look what they're going to ask you to do. They use quick tense. So, I'm glad I used quick tense because they want you to do that. So they want you to draw it. Because look, they put the numbers 20, so they made 2 quick tens. Is blanked in 18. So, and then put your sign and then write it. So this is the added step. Now we're going to write it. And we always have to go left to right. So 2 10s, so you're going to draw 2 quick tens. 3 10s, you're going to draw 3 quick tens. And then think about it. 2 10s is greater than, less than, or equal than 3 10s. We always got to go left to right. So 24 and 15. So this time they just put numbers. But if you feel that you need to draw it, you would put 2 10s and 4 little circles, 1 10 and 5 little circles, and put your sign and write the words, okay? So you're going to have to write a little small, okay? Down here, the same thing. 36 is blank, then 3 10s and 6 1s. Choose the right one and write it on the line. On the back, the same thing. Here's your word box. So now, remember, if you can't tell just by looking, draw it or use your little 10s and 1 strips, okay? So you're going to write in the correct phrase. So now here's where it's different. So here, number 3, look at this box of numbers. So they even put 5 numbers. It says, put the following numbers in order from least to greatest. Cross off each number after it has been used. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Sousa to come back to the board a minute because that's something that I should have showed you. Okay, so let me get my chalk. Let's go over here. So look, if you had 4 numbers, actually they're actually giving you 5 numbers. And let's see. Okay, so they're going to have 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it said least to greatest, that means you're going to start with the little one. So look, no tens, 3 tens, 3 tens, 2 tens, 1 ten. This has no tens. So you're going to write that first. And here's what they're telling you to do. Cross it out. That way, you already used it and you don't have to look at it again. Now you're just going to look at these. So let's see. 3 tens, 3 tens, 2 tens, 1 ten. Well, I would say that this is the next smallest because it only has 1 ten. Write it. Cross it. Okay? 31, 23. 3 tens, 2 tens. Which one is less? 3 tens or 2 tens? 3 tens or 2 tens? You should be saying 2. 23. Cross it. Now look, now we got a little problem. Here's 3 tens and 1. And look, 3 tens and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So look, which one is smaller? 3 tens and 1 1 or 3 tens and 9 ones? So I'm hoping you're saying that because that only has 1 1 and this one has 9. We can't go by the 3 because they're both the same. So 31, cross it out, and look what's left. 39. Okay? So the first one says least to greatest, but the second one says greatest to least. Then down the bottom, they gave you 5 numbers and they're saying, well, you pick one. Do you want to do it from greatest to least? Or do you want to do it least to greatest? They're going to let you choose. Circle the one that you want to do and then do it down here, okay? So you get to choose. Do I want to go greatest to least or least to greatest? All right? So on the other side, here's just some extra practice with that. Do your drawing. Use your quick tens and circles. Put your sign. Put the right phrase. Is greater than, is less than, and equal to. And then now over here it says circle the numbers that are greater than 28. So there's going to be more than one. Don't just circle one. Actually, I see, oh my goodness, I see 3 that are greater than 28. Yeah, I see 3 that are greater. And then over here it says circle the numbers that are less than 31. That means smaller than 31. There's going to be more than one, okay? And on the back, it says, see these numbers? They want you to write them from greatest to least. I know I should have circled that, but greatest to least. So biggest number to smallest. And then down here, write the right phrase. 17 is blank than 24. Greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay? So, boys and girls, that's your lesson 8 in Module 4. Please don't try to do everything at once. So in school, I told you, we do not do everything all at once. You have a choice. You can do one side one day and the next side the next day. And then you can watch your, after you watch video, and then maybe do this practice the next day. And then, when you're done with lesson 7, watch video for lesson 8, which is what we just did. You can do one side one day, one side the next day, or if you think you can handle both of them on one day, okay. But try not to do everything at once, because I'm going to tell you what happens. You get tired, and you stop making careless mistakes. And that's why I don't want you to do it all at once. Okay? I want you to take your time and practice it. A little bit at a time. Don't wait till the end of the week to do it all. It's too much. Okay? Don't try to get it done all at the beginning. Spread it out. Spread it out. Do it the way we do it in school, a little bit at a time. Got it? Okay. Have a great week. God bless you. Stay safe. And thank you for the good, hard work you're doing. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to let Mrs. Sousa say goodbye in her pretty shirt, which I love. Okay.
Okay, my friends. Continue to do your good work like you're doing. I miss being with you every day, but I'm glad we get to see each other on Zoom.
Yeah.
So have a good weekend and take care of each other and be safe.